It's so over, boys. The gaming industry's falling apart. We got layoffs. We got terrible games. We got layoffs. We got studios running themselves into the ground. We got layoffs. We got people crying on the internet. And we got more layoffs. The industry is finally having to deal with the consequences of their stupid actions. Are you sitting down? Good. Let's talk about it. Xbox went on a rampage, boys. Ninja Theory pushed down the stairs. Double Fine nuked. Arcane Lion hit with a deagle. And Compulsion Games thrown into the garbage like last night's leftovers. This is a dark day for gaming. Gaming will never be the same. We must pray that these studios can find a way out of this. They are the lifeblood of this industry. No, they're really not. No, this is fucking amazing. It's music to my ears. Inject it into my veins. I can't believe that there are actually people like this. What do you mean Xbox closed down those studios that make next to no money and take 7 years to make any games? What? They hate gaming. If this surprises you, you haven't been paying attention, and you're not one of the 9,400 handsome boys among us. This should have happened sooner. I've been waiting for this. One I take particular pleasure in is Compulsion. I got so much hate for calling South of Midnight what it was, Sweet Baby Ink Slap. So allow me to take a moment and enjoy that one. Now, these studios aren't definitely closed yet. Xbox is giving them the opportunity to survive beyond Xbox. I'm guessing that means these studios would have to find a potential buyer. Any company dumb enough to do that deserves to go bankrupt more than Ubisoft. Who the hell wants to be a sugar daddy to a studio that makes one game every 7 years and sells a few thousand copies? But they won awards. They were successful. Let's not do that. They won new intellectual property. Bear in mind they beat Expedition 33 and Ark Raiders. Award shows are a joke and should be treated as such. Ninja Theory is a wild one to me, smacked in the mouth before they get a chance to make their case, with Hellblade Senua set for release in 2027. Literally advertised it a week ago as part of Game Pass. Those games must make Xbox negative profits if they're getting rid of them now. It's not just the studios, though. Some parts of Xbox are seeing major shakeups. Mark Gordon, head of Treyarch, has retired. Asha Sharma saw the performance of Black Ops 7 and hit him with the "that doesn't work for me, brother." Craig Duncan, head of Xbox Game Studios, has stepped down. He oversaw this absolute shit show that Xbox has been for the last year and a half. Louise O'Connor, chief of staff at Xbox, has also stepped down. Does it really need to be said? Do a bad job, don't be surprised when you get fired. That position is already up on the job market if you're interested. I'd apply, but you need 5 years experience. I know. Xbox doesn't know what they're missing. I'd be ruthless and brutal. You might think I'm being a dick or I'm enjoying this way too much. You're right, I'm both of those things. Do not feel sorry for these people. They wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire. But what about the games no one played? Yes, people like this exist. The reactions online are exactly what you'd expect. Hit the sad music. Xbox, where winning awards gets your studio axed. You don't buy Double Fine, Ninja Theory, or Compulsion to make commercial hits. That was never their role, and their proposed closures represents a shameful blunder. Ah, yes, who sells things to make money? That's so stupid. Who'd do a thing like that? Compulsion brought nothing to the table for Xbox. No amount of shitty participation awards can change that. Yeah, Microsoft are the bad guys in gaming. I hope all these studios can get free. I thought Xbox/Microsoft was serious about gaming. This shows the opposite of that. I'm just glad they're allowing the studios to potentially leave. The bad guys? Boys, were you under the impression that there were any good guys in gaming? Look, if you're looking up at these companies with longing eyes and a wide open mouth, you deserve whatever slop they feed you. Praise them when they do something good, criticize them when they do something bad. Not hard. I never praise Nintendo, read into that how you will. It's clearer than ever that Asha's first 100 days being centered around putting fans first, invoking nostalgia, and building loyalty towards Xbox as a brand was deliberate and deceitful. What a move, pandering and aligning themselves with the most fanatical before pulling this.
Deceitful?
Asha Sharma is doing exactly what she said she would. She couldn't have been more clear. She literally said in their effort to grow their studios for their subscription platform, Xbox have found themselves overextended. Goddamn read! How much clearer do you want the woman to be? We are going to close down studios in exactly 7 days. Oh my god, they're still surprised. Stupid. Yes, boys, this is all part of Asha Sharma's great reset for Xbox. When Asha Sharma was appointed, I had my doubts. What I wanted was for her to come out and acknowledge just how bad Xbox has been, which I really didn't think she would do, but she did, with that 100 days reset essay she dropped. And I wanted her to absolutely gut Xbox and cleanse Xbox of all this rot that has been allowed to grow and fester, which again, I really didn't think she'd do. I prayed for this and it happened. But finally, we've got someone in one of these executive positions in gaming with some big balls, huge cojones, exquisite crown jewels. We are going to see a lot more of this across the Western industry because I don't know if you noticed, but it's crashing. And it's been crashing for a while. A third of Western devs have been laid off over the past 2 years. It is going to get worse. There are going to be more layoffs. Obsidian must be sweating right now. The gaming industry has been so mismanaged. It's like watching a toddler trying to figure out how to drive a car. Can't even reach the pedals, bro. What are we doing? Stupid decisions. Stupid. The industry's feeling the effects of that stupidity with billions being wasted. Gears of War E-Day has a rumored budget of around 400 million.
400 big ones.
What are we doing? We haven't even hit the marketing campaign around launch yet. You know what I do with 400 million, boys?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Now I do think Gears of War E-Day looks good, a return to form for the franchise so far with what we're seeing. They'd need to sell almost 6 million copies at $70 to make that back. Gears of War is a franchise that can make some serious money, with the launch of Gears of War free-flying the franchise to $1 billion in revenue. They just spent almost half of that on one game. Gears 4 and 5, not super successful, and on top of that, it's a day one Game Pass game. I think they'll be lucky to make that back in a year. That's if the game is good, and even then, people aren't really showing up for $70 games right now. $70? What a steal. It's good, right? $70, it's gotta be good. It fucking sucks. So much money is being spent on these games, and that's just because these companies have to pay high wages to their employees throughout the development cycle, which these days can be anywhere from 4 to 7 years. It's not sustainable. And now it's all crashing down around them, and the price is finally being paid. And it's not by the customers. They want you to pay for their mistakes with their price increases, but long term, it's just going to result in less players. Even take a look at one of this year's biggest controversies, Destiny 2. Not sustainable. The reason PlayStation won't greenlight Destiny 3 is because it costs too much money. Marathon won't cost as much as Destiny to maintain. Obviously, they weren't counting on Marathon to flop, so the most likely outcome there isn't Destiny 3, isn't a Forsaken level comeback for Marathon, it's Bungie closing because they're not making any money, they're actually losing it. This is an industry-wide issue. Development times have to come down and budgets have to come down too. Xbox is just taking the foot off the brake and cleaning house. All those mistakes that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond made purchasing these studios just to inflate their catalog of games on an unsustainable subscription service are now being rectified by Asha Sharma. You don't make money? Well, you're out of here. Which of course should happen. Xbox is not a charity. Xbox isn't here to pay people's wages for 7 years so they can make an artsy game that appeals to 1,000 people. Right now, Xbox makes no money, 3 cents to every $1, which is insane. Insane! Xbox's plan will be to focus on their big IPs that can make them money. I think we'll possibly see multiple Halo games be made from multiple studios, and the same thing for other IPs. You might see that as a bad thing. Pros? And cons. Halo cannot be irrelevant for 6 years at a time, which it currently is. Same with Gears. Same for a lot of IPs. The development times are nuts. There will be over 10 years between Kratos games. That's PlayStation, but like I said, it's an industry-wide issue. A franchise currently being worked on will be without its lead character in a game for 10 years. That can't happen. People move on, they find other games to play, and these games and franchises fall out of relevancy. Obviously, this depends on the franchise and who's making the games. Some studios earn the development time, while most, I'd argue, don't. It's a long time and a lot of money only for games to sell less than they did 5 years ago. PlayStation's big success last year was Ghosts of Yotei with around 5 million sales. Congrats, yes, well deserved. Completely destroyed my estimation of 7 million, and I was aiming low. 8.5 million wasn't good enough for Days Gone almost 10 years ago. I doubt PlayStation sees 5 million sales as good now. I don't think Sucker Punch will be getting shut down, but I will be praying again. Please, Lord, just one more. A lot of people point to the exponential growth during COVID as when all this shit started to happen. Mismanagement, balloon budgets, complacency, the activism infestation. I think this was always going to happen. COVID just sped it up. The gaming industry was growing very quickly before then. Games were changing then. They were starting to take longer to make. The agendas were starting to show through. Budgets were getting bigger. COVID just sped it all up with the amount of cash they were all making. The games aren't even the only issue either. We've got consoles which have gone up in price over the last 2 years instead of going down. And it ain't coming down anytime soon. Say goodbye to that pipe dream. Asha Sharma told us that Xbox's storage components are now 5 times more expensive than they were 2 years ago. I don't know, maybe she should blame the owners of Xbox, Microsoft, for causing this hardware crisis. The Xbox CEO has come out and said YouTube is making more money on Xbox than Xbox is.
Wow.
Basically, Xbox makes next to nothing for Microsoft, and he wants Xbox to be more profitable than it is. The next generation of console is, not looking affordable at all. I said in another video, I think Xbox really need to take a cut to their profits to try and grow a player base, but it turns out there really isn't any more profits to cut. In my opinion, I don't think the next generation of consoles should come out until this hardware crisis is over, which could last a few years. And let's be honest, boys, are we licking our lips? Are we salivating? Are we suffering from excitement levels so high it's resulting in a lack of blood flow to the brain? Nah. I don't think so. This generation has been an utter disaster. The games have come down in quality. There's barely any good exclusive games. Like we said, game development is taking so long, Naughty Dog haven't released their game on the PS5 yet. For me, yes, they should continue development on these new consoles. I am interested in this Xbox PC hybrid they're cooking and what the PS6 would look like. The Steam machine also has my interest, but releasing these consoles for what would likely be over $1,500 is not the play. People are stretched thin with money as it is. They should focus on trying to fix the development of games, improve their games, try and build a stable way of developing games. The industry has to stabilize before they bring in a new console, before the next generation. That's just my opinion. This generation still needs to find its feet. It has been bad, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. What Asha Sharma is doing is a good thing, and others in the industry should do what they're doing. It's not a participation industry. They sell things. If it's not selling, it's clearly not good enough. The way forward is simple. The Eastern games industry is doing it. They make great games. They give players great experiences. They're not hijacking IPs for an ideological goal. They're not selling games to a modern audience. They provide players with a bakery. They're not spending ridiculous amounts of money on development. I believe Black Myth Wukong cost 40 million to make, sold over 25 million. Yes, a big portion of that was Chinese players. It's almost like they know their audience. This crash needed to happen. Anyone saying that Xbox shouldn't be doing what they're doing frankly doesn't know what they're talking about. Journalists are pushing this narrative. Evil Xbox fires poor developers. They're just upset that their activist friends are getting fired. As I said, this is going to get worse before it gets better. There's going to be more closures, more layoffs, probably more price hikes. No, definitely more price hikes, which should not be happening. Prices do not go up when the quality gets worse. That's not how that works. Games shouldn't be as expensive as they are as it is. And if hardware is so expensive for Xbox, maybe they should start charging their boss Microsoft for the difference. Gamers should not not be paying the price for the AI race. Nah, bro. But hopefully with Asha Sharma reintroducing some much needed stability in the Western industry, and others will most likely follow suit, the industry can get back on track, cut development times, work around the hardware crisis, and start making consoles and games for gamers at affordable prices. Now on this channel I've covered PlayStation and their scumbag ways to charge more from players to cover for their mistakes. We've called out Xbox's failures. I mean seriously, what the f was Phil Spencer doing? Has Asha Sharma even mentioned the Xbox handheld? Just forgot about it, I guess. We talk about the failures of the industry a lot. Also, f Nintendo. It's times like this where all you boys should be laughing at everyone else and saying, I told you so. The industry was not in a good way. We've been saying it for years, and we're now seeing one of these companies try and course correct from those failures. We get called grifters for saying it how it is. People tell us that this game's a success and this company is doing well and the industry is flourishing. Yeah. No. Guess what? It's exactly how we said it was, and we're gonna keep doing what we're doing because we love this industry, and god damn it, I want a good Halo game. You can guarantee that the next IP that gets hijacked for a message, the next game that flops spectacularly, the next price hike, the next developer crash out, we'll be there grifting all over the place. I'm gonna cover the whole industry in my grift. Call it all out. Maybe if they listened to us grifters, they wouldn't be in such a mess. No, we don't want that. Why the hell would you do that? There goes 300 million. Oh, that's a shame. I did tell you though. Can you believe Asha Sharma acknowledging Xbox's failures and trying to fix it is being called appealing to the grifters? Yeah, these people, bro. That's it from me. Appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.